Welcome back to ARC Seattle. I'm Kelly Koopmans.
And I'm Tyrah Majors. Let's dive right into the deep end. It's a gut-wrenching mystery. What happened to then 41-year-old Angela Gilbert?
She disappeared in Granite Falls back in June of 2011. And now the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office is renewing its push for tips in this 14-year-old cold case. Joining us now is Alyssa Gilbert, Angela's daughter, and Pamela, who is Angela's mother, Alyssa. Welcome. Pamela, welcome. First of all, Alyssa, maybe you can start off here by telling us about your mom. What do you remember about her? What stands out?
She was embarrassingly funny. She had a laugh that you could hear miles away. She was the kind of person that made friends everywhere she went, even if it was the store. She would walk away with someone that she made friends with. She had a lot of struggles. When the lows were low, they were really low. But when the highs were high, they were great. When she was clean and sober, she was a great mom.
It's a beautiful description of your mother, and thank you so much for sharing your memories of her. Can you tell us about what we all know about the circumstances surrounding her disappearance off the Mountain Loop Highway in Granite Falls of June of 2011? We understand she was near the fish ladder on the South Fork of the Stillaguamish River.
Yeah, so what we know is pretty much everything that's been released to the news in the past. She was staying at the white residence off of 119th Place up Mountain Loop. Around 11 o'clock that morning, she sent a message to my youngest sister, or Angela's youngest daughter, telling her that she loves her. And then somewhere after that, she was seen off of the trail at the Granite Falls Fish Ladders, walking with a younger man. His name was Colt, who is the son of where she was staying at. We don't know if that is the trail that she disappeared off of, or if it was the trail at the end of 119th where she was staying. We just know that where she was seen, and that's about it.
Yeah, and you mentioned right there that she was walking with that male friend right before she disappeared. Well, his case and his disappearance also kind of curious too here. So what happened to him, and do we know if those cases are believed to be connected?
So we don't know much about Colt's case. We know that he came back without my mom and said that she had decided to continue walking on her own. We know that the detectives were trying to reach him to interview him about her disappearance, but they never did make contact with him prior to him being found in the river. From everything that we've heard, it was a freshwater drowning. We don't know any other information about his case. It's hard to imagine that the cases are not correlated with one another just because of the timing, but we really don't know.
There's just so many unanswered questions. And Alyssa, I'll ask you this, and Pamela, if you'd like to weigh in as well, what do you hope people take away from the renewed push for tips that could lead to a resolution?
Just some answers. We'd just like to know where she's at so we can bring her home and put her to rest so we can rest. So we can finally have some peace and knowing that she's with us again. Not knowing it's impossible. I mean, it's really, really hard for all of us to navigate every day. Not knowing, every time we drive down the road, we see a blonde-haired girl and all of us turn around, the whole family. So
you smell a perfume and you're looking around the whole vicinity.
Yeah.
We really don't care about the who, the how, or the why. We just want to bring her home and lay her to rest. We're hoping that since it has been so long and, most of the people that were in that area, they're now gone. So we're hoping that people will now come forward and give us any sort of answers that they might have. It can be done anonymously. We just want to bring her home.
Yeah, you know, it's been 14 years. There are other people also who are in a similar position of you guys, of a loved one in a cold case. You guys have gone through this now for a long period of time, where you smell the perfume, you look, you see someone blonde, look around the corner. What kind of advice do you have for someone else who might be going through something similar, of just the not knowing? Do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, we would just like to tell everybody, don't lose hope. Don't lose each other. That your family is the most important thing, and they're the strongest and best support that you can possibly have. Just keep navigating life. Don't give up.
And keep putting it out there. It's been a long time since she was in the news, and it's unfortunate, but along with the circumstances that she was in, there's a stigma about addicts and people that have had run-ins with the law. And unfortunately, people care less. And that is unfortunate. And it is something that, you know, we work really hard to still get out there, even though it's not something people want to see. And a lot of times, you know, we'll still put things out there, but it won't go on the news, or it won't go very far, because she had problems. She didn't have this cookie cutter perfect life. And so if that's the case for anyone else, just keep trying, keep pushing, don't stop, because we care. And I know that the people that knew my mom care. And so that's all it takes, is for someone to care, to keep going.
Yeah, keep trying. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. And we certainly hope you two get the closure that you are seeking. Thank you so much for joining us on ARC Seattle today and sharing those details.